Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. I'm here to do your October messages. We are doing a trick-or-treat spread with a trick-or-treat deck. Okay, so let's get started here. The situation at hand in October for you guys, I have the Seven of Swords coming out. So the Seven of Swords isn't, it isn't the best energy here. This would talk about... it would come up to tell you to watch yourself, or it's either watch yourself or others around you, because it's an energy of not being someone being up to something. It's an energy of cheating and theft, taking credit for someone else's work, sabotaging others and their plans type of energy. It's like it's like a shady situation. Sometimes it comes up because you feel like when it's a hard situation and doing the shady thing is the only way out of something. But it does come with a message about getting the upper hand. Is not, it's never worth sacrificing your values. It's also basically here, chances are, chances of getting caught or getting found out are pretty good. So I don't know if this is something that has to do with you personally. Again, be mindful of that, because the chances of getting caught are pretty good. But if this is somebody out doing this to you or outside of you or around you, again, it's chances are that they are not, someone is not as sneaky as they think they are, and they will, he drops a toilet paper roll behind. So there is a good chance of failed plans here. Situation is some sort of failed plan. And I don't know if it's a failed plan against you or a failed plan of your own. It could be representing a failure of some way, a failure of a dishonorable plan, exposure, something being exposed, being caught in the act, sneakiness, again, dishonesty, stealing, sneakiness, somebody doing something behind your back or sabotaging you or something like that. Or is this something that you felt, maybe this is something that you were doing? It was clarified with the Ten of Swords, which is a failure. It's a dead end. This is rock bottom. So the situation, there's somebody here who's hitting rock bottom. That's what I'm getting. It's or a situation that has come to the final chapter, like. Okay, you're showing up this month as the Queen of Swords. So I did notice that the King of Swords was on the bottom of the deck in another deck, and there is something here about being detached, mind over matter type of energy, but it's also very truthful energy. All the swords, they come out seeking truth, speaking truth. It was clarified with the Page of Coins, which is laying a foundation. So it shows you, again, she's wearing very blue, so I feel like you're being very truthful. You're speaking your truth. You're speaking the truth. You're telling the truth. But she's very, yeah, she's very honest and quick-witted. It was clarified again with the Page of Coins, which is setting goals, laying a foundation. So if this is something that maybe there was a plan, you know, it doesn't. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are being this dishonest, sneaky person. Maybe there was just a foundation that you had built. A foundation built on lies, sort of say. Even if this is not, you know, there's something here about, it's that rock bottom energy I keep feeling. Like, you know, even if you, if that's with yourself, not so much as your foundational, you, and not so much as a outside of you. But definitely could be. So again, so setting goals, this is a very honest energy. Either you're setting goals with people outside of you, or this is setting goals with yourself. Very grounded, working hard. All the water signs have this hard-working energy, but you're very showing up faithful. Faithful and truthful. That's what I got here. Interesting enough, your challenge is the Ace of Swords, which would be clarity, right? It would be truth. It was clarified with the Queen of Swords. The Ace of Swords as your challenge. You know what's interesting is I just heard in my head, count the bats. 1, 2, 3. And I noticed that there's 7 bats. And this is sitting below the 7 of Swords. 7, 7. Something there about that. I feel like I wish I can get the words to the feeling, but there's something connecting there. You know, it's 1 sword now and 7 bats. You have 7 swords up here showing up with 1 sword. Maybe this is 7, you know, I don't know what the 7 is for. Is this multiple lies? Is this people? You know, but you're still holding 1 sword. So as an obstacle, the Ace of Swords, it would talk about indecision. Again, it would talk about confusions. It would talk about a faulty logic, which would go with that energy of that dishonorable plan. It's another failure energy, something, an injustice. So again, if this is something that goes with that 7 of Swords as well as some sort of injustice being the challenge. But it also comes in with an energy of no matter how you choose, there will be consequences. I feel like this is, you know, this card comes up to say that usually it talks about being equipped to handle what's coming your way, but it's in the challenge position. So I feel like maybe that's something. It's a tricky problem here. The challenge goes with that Seven of Swords so much. It's very connected, the two of them, because, you know, this would be, the Ace of Swords talks about a tricky problem that requires a cunning and smart solution. Well, that is the same thing as the Seven of Swords in a way, right? It could also talk about if you are looking for the truth. It talks about cutting lies away from the truth. So I was picking up, maybe that's the lies, the seven bats. There's something about that. Maybe it's hard to get to the truth. It was clarified with the Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's clouded vision. Getting that clarity, getting that truth. That's the challenge. Your guidance, though, is the King of Swords here. Which when he came out, I actually didn't know that he was the King of Swords. I thought he looked so much like he should belong on the death card, like bring something to an end. That's what I had originally thought, but it's the King of Swords here. And the King of Swords, again, is on the bottom. So, yeah, there is something here about using logic. Making a decision. You know, it feels like you have to make a decision around something that's a difficult decision to make, because the challenge is making a decision. But again, there's something here about being logical, and you know, maybe that's something too, because there's a lot of feeling behind it. The Queen of Swords in reverse over here in your challenge is devoiding emotions. Maybe that's a challenge to keep your emotions out of it. You are a water sign, and you are being asked to show up as an air sign. Did I not clarify this? Yeah, I do feel like that. I feel like there's something here about watching for emotional outbursts. That is a challenge, because there's, well, if this is somebody doing something to you, you feel some sort of way about it. That's for sure. But that is your guidance here is you don't have time for foolish people or emotional outbursts. There's an energy here of not questioning your authority or allowing others to question your authority. It's like an energy of don't waste time here. You know, this card literally comes with a message of you have better things to do than to argue with people who can't solve their own problems. I have the Two of Swords coming up as the end results here. So the Two of Swords, I feel like you're not going to make a decision. The end result here is you're still feeling conflicted, that your head and heart are in opposition. There's a feeling of not having enough information. Maybe people are denying the truth here. There's a decision that you guys can't seem to make. It was clarified with the King of Wands and the Eight of Coins here. So again, I mean, you know, this is an energy of having a vision, being a free thinker, but it's an energy of getting things done, taking the lead and getting things done and being successful. The Eight of Coins is being dedicated and sticking to it, being committed, detailed, dedicated. So I feel like that's, you're still working at the end result here. It's like working on making a decision. Your overall guidance here for the month is the Page of Pentacles. Clarified with the Six of Wands. That's nice. The Page of Pentacles. Well, as guidance. The Page of Pentacles is a page that gets prepared, is very prepared, very careful, is precise. So it does talk about being a young energy, someone who's young, but yet mature and stable. The Page of Coins is the most capable page, most stable page, but again, it is the slowest. So there is something here about taking your time, there's energy of taking your time to be prepared. It's also taking initiative in a situation, but they're also able to foresee and solve problems. Foresee and solve problems, which I have vision on the bottom of the deck as well, and so is the King of Wands, is a visionary. So your guidance is to be prepared. Clarified with the Six of Wands, which is a congratulation. It's some sort of achievement. It's successful energy. It's a milestone being met. So whatever your guidance is, whatever it is here, as long as, I don't know what it is that we're, exactly where you lie or whatever it is, but your overall guidance here is to take your time to be prepared for whatever it is you have planned here, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Be prepared, be precise. And you'll have victory. You do have your overall key word is manifest. So it is, so that's what I feel like. I mean, if whatever it is you're trying to manifest, you know, it goes with that Eight of Coins type of energy. It's be committed, be detailed. So manifest. Mix your intentions with care. Mix your intentions with care. Craft your desires into reality. Interesting read here, Scorpio. I hope I was able to assist you in some way. You were able to find something you resonated here. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, let me know if it resonates, subscribe. It does help my channel grow. It helps YouTube push my videos out there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next month. Take care.